It's about time. And after what, 8 years being in production hell, reshoots, rewrites, almost getting canceled, it's finally here. Now, was it worth all that trouble? We'll see. Play my intro. When I looked in my wallet after I watched that movie, I felt $20 broker. And I said, wow, some people owe me some money. Looked at my contacts. I said, Tom Cruise and Stephen King. You know why? They the ones that told me, this movie is what we needed right here. This is cinema. This is this and that. I'm like, oh? The Flash? Not Mr. Ezra Miller, Mr. Controversy every week. I'm not even gonna talk about that, what he did here, but whatever the case may be, did he get found not guilty, or was the stuff allegations? The alleged allegations put upon him. We're gonna say that. That's not me condoning. I'm just saying, just being politically correct, whatever the word is. Don't care that much. Anyway, I'm like, oh, this can't be. This can't be. So I'm watching the movie. I'm like, oh, it's good. I'm watching it again. I'm like, hour and 30. Okay, all right. Another 20 minutes go past. What? Let me tell you right now, this movie was not worth all the hype. I'm going to go over some parts. And this is spoilers. Spoilers, leak, whatever you want to call it. No. At first, I gave this movie 8.5. And then I'm like, 8.2. Then I'm like, low 8. Then I'm like, 7.9. Now, I want to give it a 5, but I'm keeping it at 7.9. There are moments I enjoyed watching and I enjoyed myself into. I really got in the groove. I'm like, okay, I can't be that mad, but for all this hype, all these years, this is what we got? Unpolished CGI. But anybody want to complain about Marvel? They neck and neck at this point. Writer strike. I guess nobody getting paid, huh? So they figured, all right, give them PS3 graphics. It wasn't that bad, but still. To the point, the director said, oh, time is making everything distorted, so that's why the CGI. Bro, what? What? Bro. What? Like, just saying you ain't had a bread. The budget itself totaled to what, 330 mil? You had what, 2-3 years to polish yourself. What are you talking about? Distorted. Oh my god, don't get me started, man. Don't get me started. And everybody, let me just get this out the way. The cameos were okay. And I think that's what the CGI was mostly bad at. From what I can remember. I only seen it once. And I'm kind of scared to see it again, but we'll see. But, yeah. So, like I said, it's a spoiler, so don't be mad. Christopher Reeves and the woman who plays Supergirl, sorry about that. Forgot her name, but this was set years ago. She had a spin-off, but they never connected it to the Superman Christopher Reeves movie, so it's like up in the air, but not really, but whatever. They was there. CGI looked horrible. Who else was there? OG Superman from, I think, when did they film that? Probably like the 50s? It was black and white, but he kept it black and white to let you know this was like the first on screen, so that was pretty cool. Nicolas Cage, which was a good one. I was actually happy about that. He got his screen time. He finally got his movie. I don't know, did he play? No, he didn't play that part because the CGI was bad. But they took the scene from what was in the script from Death of Superman, you know, the movie that never got made, and it was pretty cool. Jay Garrick, the first Flash, was played by the man who played Zoom in the Flash TV show. I'm not mad, but it's just like, why? Why you didn't get Grant Gustin? Not to play Jay Garrick, but he should have just been there. That's a topic for another day, I guess. Now, who else had a cameo? I think that was it. I don't know. Yeah, I think that was it. Oh, wow. But the way their, like, universes collided, almost like Dark Crisis in a way. Oh, I'm sorry, Final Crisis. And it looked pretty cool. When they finally get to that point in their lineup to do it, it will look pretty cool. But these are not cameos. I don't call it cameos because this is technically their universe. Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot was in it, and bad CGI Henry Cavill again. They just threw him dirty. But it was very nice to see Ben Affleck for one last time. Don't care what anybody say. That's one of my favorite Batmans. After Christian Bale's portrayal, and I knew he was done after that. Man, Ben Affleck came and just, I guess because Dark Knight Returns is one of my favorite comics, but Ben Affleck really embodied Batman during that era. I don't get the complaints. I loved it. Man, Gal Gadot was good. Wonder Woman. That's like, I don't want to say the first, but that's the only one we had in this generation. Everything else been like animated or whatever. But that, she's kind of like our first in this generation. Not over Linda Carter. Yeah, Linda Carter. But yeah, Ben Affleck, man. A great opening scene. I mean, for him, Flash-wise, it was a little wonky. It was a little playful. It was like Josh Whedon-like. Like they try to keep that tone, but with Zack Snyder's like storyline continuity. It was mixed. I felt like it was mixed, but whatever. I got over it. Once Ben Affleck, they had him out there soon. Him and Barry had that heart-to-heart, and then the line, his final line, and he sold this line. This is like an Oscar performance line. Man said, no, Barry was like, oh, you want to grab some food, some dinner or something? Ben Affleck said, not this time, kid. Next time. Oh, I already knew then it was over. My heart sunk. I knew it was over. And then we got into the Speed Force wonky. Man's went back in time. He got slapped up by a dark cloud. It ended up in, 2013? When he saw the kid version of himself. No, sorry. Well, he is a kid technically. 18-year version of himself. With no powers. And was about to go on a date with Iris West. So he kind of like CB on that. If you know what CB means, you know. So they went, did the whole, ritual thing. I call it ritual. I don't care. Make sure the lightning hits him, but it hits both of them. And 2023 Barry don't have the powers, but 2013 does. And it's the time with Man of Steel, but instead of Kal-El, it's Kara, whatever. Supergirl. Oh, I skipped over the best part. Michael Keaton. He just happened to be same location as their, our Ben Affleck timeline, house or whatever. And it was weird. He came out long gray hair, like slippers and a robe, and was just like fighting them because he thought he was intruders, but it was kind of like a drunken master type of deal. I was like, oh, this is kind of strange, but okay. But with a little more convincing, a little, sad sob story, he turned over and was like, you know what? I'll be Batman again. He was happy. He got his little jet. It was spinning. He was jumping out of it. Parachute. He was doing Predator takedowns, grappling guns. I was like, yeah, this is tough. It wasn't Ben Affleck tough, but it was pretty tough. For Michael Keaton, I was happy because it was stiff back then. The costume was all rubbery. He couldn't move his neck. This one, he was just flowing, which I really enjoyed. I don't know if he did the stunts, but it looked good. I'll tell you what. If all the budget went to there, they got it. I understand. Well, after all that beat down, they freed Supergirl. She got powers from the sun, because she was looking a little skinny, like a little skim milk. Got her little powers from the sun, started whooping ass. Lasers, everything. It was a little weird, choppy, but she still did good. Like, the vision was there. So, I'm trying to figure out. Alright. So, she flies off after the whole ordeal, just like Flashpoint Superman in that comic book. Flies off. So, they're like, well, back to square one. And Art Barry was like, well, I need my powers. So, do the whole redo lightning thing. It doesn't work. So, she comes back after seeing Zod, and it's like, wow, I need backup. Does her thing, grabs Barry, throws him in the sky. Lightning, he gets his powers back. Bozzy block. 18-year-old Barry makes his suit with the old Batman costume that you saw in the pictures and trailers. Doesn't look as bad as it is on screen, but it was a little like, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. So they're like the older Barry's training younger Barry during the fight because they all go to fight Zod. That's when Batman goes, "Want to get nuts? Let's get nuts." He gets all hype about going back into battle. He's in the ship the whole time. He's not coming down for nothing, which I don't blame him. Supergirl goes straight for Zod, and Zod tells her, "Yeah, bro, your cousin might have clapped her. You know what I mean? I needed that codex." So they start fighting. And she's like winning, but for some reason the fighting looked off. I was talking to a friend of mine. He thinks it's because, she's still technically new to this, so she's just like swinging. But I'm like, nah, this is just like the choreograph was off to me. But anyway, both Barrys are fighting. Batman just shooting stuff everywhere, whatever he can, whatever he could do, best he can. Then Kara gets all hype, was about to beat Zod or quote unquote finish him until he stabs her and stabs her again and get the stuff out of her body. So she's like dead. That Batman can't eject, so he goes, well, I'm gonna crash the ship until their ship, but it's shielded, so it kind of like was for nothing. So Younger Bear was like, wow, everybody died? Let's redo everything. So they warn Batman, oh, that thing's shielded. He's like, oh, okay. And he goes to fight one of that Kryptonian henchman, shoots at him. But he takes it, obviously, to Kryptonian, like the hell. Jumps on Batman's ship. Batman, like, invading. His ship is spinning. He's doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, okay, he's trying to survive, as he should. Hops out of it, ejects. Jumps on the Kryptonian's back and starts, like, laying bombs on him. But he using his grappling hook to jump around him, around his body, just to keep putting more bombs and bombs. It was crazy. I was like, wow. But finally, Kryptonian slammed him, and then Batman had put a bomb, I think, on the back of his head, like directly, and then like knocked him out. So it was pretty hype about that, but the injuries was too much of Batman. So older Barry came, was like, yo, we can fix this, just sleep. He's like, no, I think this is it. He says, thank you for bringing me back. You brought me back. And I'm like, oh, I get it. That was tough. And then he goes, you could live. Older Barry's like, you could live. He was like, not this time, kid. Maybe next time. I was like, no. Oh yeah, Kara dies like 10 times because Younger Barry keeps going back in time, and it's like it's inevitable. And Older Barry keeps telling him like, yo, that's it. Like we're done. But as he's going back and he keeps going to battlefield, changing stuff, he gets like pieces attached to him. Like he had like an old tall sharpnel actually stuck to his arm, to his back, and like parts of his body to a point it started looking like armor. So that Dark Cloud that smacked Older Barry, that was 2013 Barry, but older, that kept going back in time to change stuff to make sure everybody was good, alive. But he just couldn't cope with like the fact that everybody had to die. So that's when the whole crisis scene started, all the cameos, which was kind of, to me, it was unnecessary. They could have saved that, but I understand, multiverse movie, whatever. And what happened? Oh, yeah, 2013 Barry sacrificed himself against evil 2013 Barry. I mean, none of them exist now. And Older Barry went back to where he like changed the past, like helping his mother like get the can of tomato soup. That way she don't forget and get murdered or whatever case may be. And this time he takes it out her card, and he's like having a hard time with her, but acting like he's a total stranger. It was kind of, yeah. So then what happened after that? It's just still fresh in my head. Sorry. And then oh, he changed one thing. He moved the tomato cans on the top shelf because they was at the bottom. Now, in the beginning of the movie, the reason why his dad couldn't get off from jail, like the evidence-wise, they didn't see his face. He said he was at the store, but he's there, but you don't see his face. So they was like, well, we can't use this. You're probably lying. 25 to life. But it went back in court, and obviously when Barry did the whole time thing, he lifts his head up and looks at the camera. So now it's like, oh, he gets off. But obviously it has ripple effects, blah, 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 blah. Bruce Wayne calls Barry. He says, congratulations. And then who comes out the car? George Clooney. George Clooney. Bat card. Bat nipples. Yes, that man. I wasn't mad. Okay, I'm lying. Not at George Clooney, but the fact, like, what the hell this is leading to. And I don't understand. And I don't want to understand, because that means they'll leave it at limbo because they don't know what to do with Ezra Miller. That's the only reason why they did that, and I understand it. They're probably leaving him in another universe or timeline change. I don't know. We'll see when Blue Beetle come out. See why I'm complicated with this movie. It works and it didn't work. It did not work. So CGI half the time didn't work. The unnecessary cameos, I could have did something different. Honestly, they didn't even have to bring in Michael Keaton. But I love Michael Keaton. I'm just, I'm not saying that to anyone. They could have easily just did Flashpoint. You could have, if you wanted to, not use Ben Affleck. You wanted to use the actor who played Negan as finally make him Thomas Wayne in an actual Batsuit. You want to have Supergirl? Fine. If you didn't want to use Henry Cavill, fine. You could have had Gal Gadot and Aquaman fight it out. They still on the contract. Just to give them their last hoorah. Something. Like Cyborg, you cut all that out. For this movie to keep getting delayed and pushed back, I don't think it was worth it. But where there's some enjoyable moments, yeah, I love the performances by everybody. It is crazy to say that. And when you like Ezra Miller's, yes. Despite what he did, his performances to play two characters, well, technically three in a way, and just the back of, he got it. Even in emotional scenes, he got it. He was annoying at certain points, but he got it. Michael Keaton obviously got it. Supergirl was cool. I really wish I had more from her, but it is what it is. Zod felt wasted. I was so mad. Zod was such a good villain, Man of Steel, and then now it just felt like unwanted, unwrapped candy. I don't even know what that means, but just think about that. And yeah, I don't get the George Clooney stuff at all. I don't get it, but we'll see. I don't know what that means. I know what it means. Obviously, he changed stuff again. Make sure his father don't go to prison. That now we got another Ben Affleck. No, oh wow, we have another Batman. And who knows? The original scene was supposed to be Supergirl, Michael Keaton, Henry Cavill. Who else? Gal Gadot, and Aquaman. And then I guess when James Gunn came, it was like, let's change it around because he has a new vision. I trust James Gunn, but I hope this is. They were used to having an end goal with games. Wow. With movies. Well, games too. With everything. End goal. We see the vision. Now, he just named a bunch of movies, and I don't see where it's going. So, like the Superman movie, whatever. I don't know. You would get somebody better than Henry Cavill. You probably will, but I personally like Henry Cavill, and I wish he got more. But wish Ben Affleck got more. Those are the only two I really, really care about. No offense to Ray Fisher, Ezra Miller, Gal Gadot, and Jason Momoa. Like, Wonder Woman hit a bill, Aquaman hit a bill. They could get put on the shelf for a little bit. So the main three need they need their shine. They need their movie, everything. But when I tell you the movie's missing something, it's definitely missing something. Maybe because there was so much cuts and like controversy. Like when you watch it, when you finally watch it, you're gonna be like, something's missing from this movie. Like a lot of story, a lot of like development. Like Barry Allen had development, but he didn't have development. Same with everybody else. It just like they was there completing a mission. And then they had little moments, but it wasn't like crazy. It was weird. It was really weird. It was definitely missing something. Like a chunk of the movie was missing. It's like once you get past a certain point of the movie, probably like the middle, it goes like fast. And even the ending was a little, the third act, everything ended, well, like the final boss, whatever, underwhelming as hell. Like underwhelming, super underwhelming. So it was just, yeah, yeah. The math just wasn't mathing that day. I don't know, but I enjoy the Speed Force variation in that movie. I can't describe it, but when you see it, be like, okay, that's kind of cool. It was like a weird claymation, um, town hall type of thing. Like he was in front of court and it was just witnessing just different things. It was pretty cool. Like I said, the performance was really good. Some of the stunts were cool. Was able to see Ben Affleck one last time, so I was really hyped about that. That's like, I don't care what anybody say. That was like the major selling point of that movie. Like it really felt like Batman and Friends, but whatever. Obviously, it was a Flash movie, and it was, more Flash. But before it came out, everybody felt like, yeah, this is Batman and Friends. So don't care. Yeah, movies are right. I'm staying by 7.9. Like I said, I did enjoy some of the humor, performances, the Speed Force, some action, some good effects, but that was it. I kind of have more negatives than positive, I feel like, but I'll let y'all decide. I don't know if I'll watch this again. Not gonna lie. If I do, I would have to be home. I don't know if I'm gonna get up and watch it again. Man, I need a drink. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know at the bottom. Yeah, we can discuss more. Holla.